Hey guys, my name is Roswell. I have a channel called Bunchlife Adventures on Instagram and YouTube, and this is my 2022 Ram Power Wagon. Hey guys, we're gonna start here on the front of the vehicle. Hang in there, we will get to the back. We're gonna pop it up. You can see inside. We're gonna do a full walkthrough on this truck today, so stay tuned till the end. All right, so on the front here, Ram Power Wagons come with a 16,000 pound winch, which is very nice to have when you're out. I've actually used it last weekend while we were out. Those come with a factory. On the top here, I've got two aux beam lights. Again, they're a little bit cheaper than what you would spend on some lights, but for as much as I need them, they are plenty efficient. You know, one day I might upgrade to some bigger lights. On my driver's side light, you'll see a GMRS antenna. GMRS seems to be the way of overlanders now, getting away from CDs, so those are very nice to have. Underneath the hood, we have a 6.4 liter Hemi V8. Puts out about, I think, 380 horse and about the same torque, which is plenty for this truck. You know, it's all about gearing, not so much about the motor, but it does get a little thirsty, especially after I put on the Raven. We'll go in to a little bit of that here in a little bit. On the top, you'll see I have a Starlink Mini with the Vera Vans case on top of it, and it's just suction cup or magnets. They send both. It's a pretty nice option from them. If we walk around on the driver's side, I've got the AT Overland Rotopack mounts. I've actually got one on each side that gives you 2 gallons of gas per side, balances out the weight. Again, it's not a lot of fuel for a big truck like this, but I do have a BMW GSA motorcycle, so it's perfect for refueling that on the trail if I bring it out. We have an Alucab shower cube. I'm a big fan of Alucab. I've actually got one of their hardshell tents at home, and then on the other side, you'll see I have the shadow lining. They make great products. Almost anything made in Australia or South Africa is going to be a great off-roading product. For tires and suspension, while we're on this side, I've got airbags on the back, which helps with the weight and mainly for that swaying back and forth left to right when you're going down the highway. Under the seat, we'll go through here in a minute. When we get inside the truck, you will find a air pump, and I can adjust that from 5 psi to 100 psi depending on what I'm looking for. If I'm off-road, I'm going to go soft as I can. If I'm on the road, want a little bit of rake for fuel efficiency, I'm going to air that baby up and get a little bit higher. These are the rock sliders that come from Ram underneath the doors here. People love them. I could go aftermarket eventually, but a lot of people will with these trucks in Moab. And yeah, you're thinking, man, this is a big truck to take to Moab, but man, look up the videos. They are quite capable, and that's what sold me. Lots of room inside for me and the family. I can seat 6 people and still have plenty of power. It's safe. I've always been a 4Runner guy. I've had a Toyota 4Runner for a long time. Family grew, we needed 6 seats, so that's how we ended up here. Coming around the back, built into the camper, we've got a furnace. This is a Dometic furnace. It will cook you out of the inside. Last weekend, I was camping at 18 degrees up in Alpine, Arizona, and it was wonderful. On the back here, I've got a rigged Mega Swing. So the Mega Swing is going to fit the bigger hitches, and it holds a little bit more weight, and a tire will go up to a 40-inch tire. And I have 37 13.5 by 17-inch tires. The wheels that are on the truck, I didn't say that a while ago, The wheels are actually factory beadlock, so you can replace that silver ring with a beadlock ring that Mopar sells, which I find really cool that Mopar or Ram offers that. Here on the swing, I have another 4 gallons of fuel. This is more for the truck, or if I find somebody without fuel on the trail, I can help them out. On the driver's side, you will find the passenger side, you will find a shadow awning. This is their 270-degree shadow awning on the mule brackets. These are made for the four-wheel campers. They're based out of Oregon, I believe, but a very good bracket where you can add any awning, but it works really well with this Alucab shadow awning. All right, let's go to the inside and check it out. Here in the truck, we've got a small selection of features that you can go through. And that's what's nice about the Power Wagons is they come with off-road ready features where you don't have to do anything to it. It is ready to go. Down here, we've got a sway bar disconnect. That's going to be nice for articulation on the trail. Again, standard feature with the Ram Power Wagons. Down here, we have our front rear or just the rear axle differential locks. That is going to be really handy if you're stuck in the sand, you're stuck on a steep rock somewhere, or mud or snow, right? And then you've got your 4 high and your 4 low. This system works beautifully. I was in the snow last weekend, like I said, and I was able to get out of everything. Down here, I've got a Midland 50-watt GMRS radio. That is super handy to have on the trail. What I love about this radio is you have your screen up here in the front, and it'll allow you to see everything. You don't have to look down. With the newer Power Wagons, you're going to have wireless Android Auto, and that way you can look at your trails while you're out. Right here on the screen, you can map it, you can zoom out, and you can find what you need, and it works with Gaia maps as well. And again, like I said before, the biggest reason we bought it is we now have 6 seats if we need it, because we do have a few children. So it's nice to get all of us out on the trail safely, and we all have seat belts. You can get the Ram Power Wagon with a console in the middle, and then you only get 5 seats. All right, so like I was mentioning before, I have an air ride system on the back. It's more for sway control. Again, you never want to exceed your weight rating of the payload on the vehicle or your towing capacity, but with this 4-wheel camper, it's swayed a little bit. This has cut that out completely, and it's just there for that. Never exceeds your payload on a vehicle. This model is nice because you can actually go with a left and a right, and this is a remote for it, but you can go left side, right side. Man, this thing is game changer, guys. If you're out on a trail and you're on a little bit of a slope, you can add more air to the left side or the right side, and you can level out your vehicle. If you're unlevel front to back, again, add air to it, and you can do all this from inside the 4-wheel camper, up front, wherever. There's a phone app, and then there's a really nice remote for it. So I can't speak enough about that. This air pump is designed to actually be mounted on the frame rail outside, but I had a spot underneath here and I wasn't going to use it. Some trucks come with a subwoofer here. That was not something that I was looking for, so I put it under here. It's waterproof, it's dust proof, it's completely protected, and the air lines run through the floor here, through a steel grommet down below, and it just gives me really nice control. It's not a big pump. You wouldn't want to use this pump for airing up your tires, but for a dedicated system for the airbags, it's perfect. All right, guys, let's check out the inside, see what we got going on in there. Hey guys, so on the inside here, we'll start with what mine has and what they offer, and then I'll go back through some of the mods that I've done. So the beds can be up to a king size when you order them for four-wheel campers. If you've got a family of 3 or 4, you can actually, throw them all up there. If you want a little bit more space for just you, I go smaller, and then we'll show how this turns into a bed here in a second. On the inside, so this is what they call a shell model. So it's not going to come with a lot of your features like a fridge or a bathroom or a shower, toilet, stuff like that. But this is one I already have. I love the Snowmaster fridges. Again, another South African product. They know what they're doing over there. I love it. This is an 85 liter dual zone. So I've got both fridge and freezer here, depending on what I want, and it's very deep on the inside, which is nice. You can set both sides fridge, both sides freezer, or split it up however you want. On this side here, we're going to have it's called a rollover couch, and as you can see, I have it stopped like this with this strap here because the kids won't roll off. They're still kind of little, but it will actually roll over all the way to this edge here. So this whole thing is another huge bed where 2 adults could sleep. On the back side here, I just keep my bedding, a coffee maker. Yeah, I have a coffee maker that runs off the camper, but sometimes I run a jet boil for my coffee. But we've got our bedding there. If you pick up these cushions, you have a ton of storage, and this is something I never had in my 4Runner. And I love it. Everything's contained in here. So we've got air compressor, jumper cables, full toolkits. On this side, we've got a fire pit, case for the Starlink. You name it, we've got it. 5-pound propane bottle in here that's in the case, which is nice for the fire pit. We've got a bow saw. There's so much space that you could actually put in here. And again, just be mindful of your weight. You don't want to weigh it down too much on this one side, but there is plenty of space there. On this side, we've got a fire extinguisher, and we have a propane CO2 detector here. These here, if you see those are going to be access to the bed, and that's to tighten your turnbuckles, and that's what straps it down to the bed of the truck. So there's going to be 2 here and 2 inside these pockets over here to tighten it down. We've got our Dometic. I believe it's a 8,000 kilowatt heater that came from the factory. Thermostat's up there. It will cook you out. I usually put it on 65, 62, and that is plenty. Because heat rises, so it's going to be up there on top. Speaking of up on top, we've got a fantastic fan. We have 2 of them. That one down there actually has a rain cover on it. So if you're in a rainy area and it's drizzling, you can leave that open, get some fresh air in or out. And then all 4 of these pockets up here are going to be your windows. For an emergency escape route behind here, typically this bedding is going to be on the bed while you're sleeping. And this is an emergency exit window, big enough for you to crawl out of if you needed to. Simple, easy to pick up, as you saw in the picture of the video that I had earlier that we put in there. Very easy to pick up. You just lift up on these 2 gray rods and it just lifts right up. There's gas shocks on the outside that will actually help it assist you. If you throw a solar panel on the roof, you can buy a bigger shock to do that, and that'll help you with the added weight. If you get a new model, brand new from them, they actually have roof-mounted ACs on top that are 12 volt. It gets pricey, but man, having AC on these things might be a big benefit. So the original charging system was very primitive, nothing fancy. Again, stuff made in Australia or South Africa. I'm a big fan of it. So I went with the Red Arc Red Vision system. This is all custom made that I did. I made this panel down here. This is going to be the controller for your solar your truck power, so a BC-DC built into it, and then also 120 volt from your shore power. And then down here, you've got access to all your fuses. If you want to do digital inputs, I have temperature gauges built into it. These systems are beautiful. They are pricey, but if I'm sleeping inside with an electronic system and I don't want to worry about getting fried out, I'm going to go with one of the better systems. Up here, you've got a bunch of USB ports. This is a shore power port, and that's where I would connect my coffee maker. Inside here, kind of a random storage, but I've got 2 AGM batteries. I need to go lithium. I haven't done it yet, but those are going to be my AGM 190 amp hours of power there. And I believe that completes the inside. I forgot to mention, you've got 3 lights, LED lights, super bright in here. Typically 1 is plenty to use. You've got a window up here. If you leave that open, and supposedly the back curtain on the back door, you can actually see out the back. I've never done it, but I believe you can. But it is nice. You can open that if you need to look outside, if you hear a noise or whatever. There's a window on the back here, and then there's one on the door. Behind the door here, you will find 2 10-pound propane bottles. I usually switch them out, let one run dry, switch it out. This is going to run your propane furnace, the heater that's for the inside. But that gives you 2, and that's plenty for several very cold nights. Hey guys, thanks for hanging in there. I know this was a longer video, a lot to go through on this truck. There's a lot here, but again, it's a great platform if you have a bigger family or you don't want to sleep in a rooftop tent that's not heated, or whatever your case may be. Don't be afraid to go with a full-size truck, and I'm a huge fan of the Power Wagon. Again, you can buy one off the lot and you will have front and rear lockers. You're going to have a winch, and you're going to have the power behind it without having to throw a supercharger or other things behind it. So again, I'm a big fan of them. Don't be afraid, to do that. A lot of the stuff that you'll find here on my build is all used. The truck bought with 30,000 miles on it. The 4-wheel camper drove round trip to San Francisco to buy it used. They're hard to find, but there's forums out there where they post them for sale and you can find them relatively cheap. You can turn a $100,000 project build into $50,000 if you just really plan your budget, and $50,000 may be a lot. Again, it's all in what you want to buy. Maybe you don't need a shadow awning, maybe you don't need a shower cube. But don't be afraid to get out there. And the biggest thing is just get out there. If you got a tent on the ground, sleep on the ground. I did that for many years. And you just work your way up from there. As far as future plans for the truck, the next thing that I'm adding is actually ordered. It didn't show up in time, so we wanted to get this video done, but it's going to be a hot water heater. It's made by Julka. I can't say much about them other than I've seen a lot of good videos and reviews for them, so be sure and check out my channel. As soon as that's done, I'll put it on there, but it'll mount on the back of the truck. It's got an all-weather cover, a quick disconnect so you can take it off. Propane's connected down here. The water tank, because my spare is up here now, the water tank's going to be in the spare tire spot. The one that I'm looking at is going to be trailed overlander, and it's a 14-gallon water tank. So I'm excited about that. I can use my shower cube and actually take showers in it instead of just change. So that's going to be awesome to have. And again, I just appreciate y'all hanging with me on this video. Check out my channel, Bunchlife Adventures, on both Instagram and YouTube, and we'll see you on the trail.
Hey guys, thank you for watching today's video. If you guys could please like, share, and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. I'm working really hard on these videos, and I got many more to come. Thank you.